Hello everyone, welcome back to Joy's Creative Finger. I've just built this beautiful petit hotel. It's a French hotel, it's very small, and I thought it was appropriate to do this because currently Sims FreePlay has brought back the French Romance event, and I'm hoping that this time, for those of you who didn't get to do that event, that you would collect all the prizes just in time to win this beautiful plot. It's the last prize that you get right at the end of the event. So if you're watching in real time, you've got, I think, about 11 days left, so best of luck. French hotels have a lot of character in them, and I thought I'd focus in on the front part of this hotel. As you can see, I've made use of the hanging flowers to create an arch type of shape at the front there, and I used the lounge chairs, which are unique items that come in the store for you to purchase with real cash. I used them as sort of restaurant type of awning overhangs to the entrance of this French hotel. And I think it completely gave the build a different look. And I'm hoping very soon that Sims FreePlay will begin to give us these items such as overhangs and pillars and so on. I also decided to make my own Juliet balconies. So the Sims can actually come out to the balcony, stand there and look out into the landscapes, and I think that was quite nice, and we'll get to look at that much later. But yeah, this ensuite leads out to that balcony, and that Sim is enjoying the view. And the rest of the en-suites have the same balcony right at the top, but the two en-suites at the bottom, and we'll see that later, have the balconies that you see down below. Now on this side of the building, it's pretty standard. You've got your windows running from top to bottom. I made sure that they were in order just to make it look just about okay. It's a small plot, so I couldn't sort of dig in any other way to the building to give it any character as such on that side, so that I could make use of the space on the inside. But out back here, the three en-suites have Juliet balconies at the back here. Okay, now I have a pool finally. This is the first time I've built a pool on this plot. One of the reasons is because I don't like the paving. The paving clashes with the plot. So I decided to use these rugs to look like slabs, so it works with the rest of the plot, you know. I paid attention actually quite a bit to the shape of the building because it kept getting really hard to fit in rooms and make them as luxurious as I wanted to in such a small plot. But I was quite happy that I did as much as I could and was able to put so many details into the front part especially, and internally anyway, as I have done right now. I have received a lot of comments asking how I extend this unique balcony and balcony paving as much as I have done in this build and in other builds. I have a video that's been put out called Balconies, I think, but check it out, and following the steps would allow you to really utilize this particular balcony and balcony paving quite a bit around your buildings. I wish we had that in the game once again. It just could have easily been one of the prizes that we won, right? Anyway, this entrance I think has benefited from a lot of decorative items, and once you come in, it's a bit quiet and down, but still very elegant as you walk in. Now I have a couple of seats to the entrance, and then you have this beautiful, elegant reception style put together here. It took forever to do because it was that simple, but it had to pop and it had to look really nice without overpowering the small space, and I think I got there in the end. Now I'm just going to swing around this way so you can see what the view of the receptionist is. So that's beautiful. That's how you walk in, and that's how she sees you come in. And once again, I wish we had the option of keeping the walls up when we want to, or taking them down. Now this is the dining area for the occupants of the hotel. I thought blue was a nice royal type of color. I'm very wary about picking colors, but I felt like these onion blue chairs would go really nicely in the space, and the wallpaper was just perfect. I had so much fun dressing up my Sims, for those of them anyway who are in the hotel right now. I also felt that the different size table broke up the pattern in the space. bringing some sort of asymmetry to the table arrangements. And I was quite satisfied with this room. Really satisfied, actually. Now, the kitchen is right across this way behind glass, so everyone who's in the dining area can see the chefs cooking away. Now, I have one chef in here that's supposed to be more than one, but I didn't bring as many Sims over to this plot as I usually do. But I like the idea that while they sit and eat, they can see the chefs handling the food. I think that's really nice. Now, across the other way from the reception is a door that leads into the manager's office. He would see to anyone who has an issue with their stay, or he would really get onto the heels of the staff to make sure that the standards in the hotel are kept. These bookshelves are not part of the price, certainly not these single ones. You have to purchase those with real cash, so just in case you ask, that's something to note. Now, in here is a lounge just for the Sims to sit down after they've checked in and are in a moment going to go up into the lift and go up to their room, or perhaps they've checked out and are just sitting down and perhaps waiting for the limo driver to bring the car around. Now, this door leads into the section where we have the lifts. That Sim is going up, so we're not going to follow her. The other lift goes down, and that's the one that we need to look at right now. And it leads to the restrooms downstairs. So you must have noticed that there were no restrooms at the top. What we have here is a restrooms for the ladies right there, and we have restrooms for the men here, and they're standard as usual. There are the cubicles, and the same goes for the women on this end here. Now, the door in the middle leads to the laundry room that you can already see. I've got a few loads already going. You have to imagine that they wash the linen, they wash the pillowcases, they make sure the towels are clean and warm, and so on and so forth. There's a lot of cleaning that goes on in these places. However, some hotels subcontract their washing to laundry companies and cleaning companies. So some of the washing isn't actually done on site. So that's what we have at the basement. When we come up, we go onto the other lift where we saw the Sim in last time, and then we go up to where we have the en-suites. Now, there are doors on either side of these lifts. The first door here leads to the most expensive suite in this build, and that's because of the balcony space out front. Now, I like that I was able to section off the bedroom area from the living area. I think that's quite nice. So when room service comes in, there's some kind of privacy, you know. I think that's quite nice. You could be in your drawers or something, and you can just motion to them to keep the food in the right place without having to see you all snug and in bed. But yeah, they've got this really large television and a couple of doors that lead out to this beautiful balcony area. I think that's quite nice. So it's quite a large ensuite right from the top there across the way out to this protruding balcony, and they have a lovely bathroom as well. Now, a tub couldn't fit in this space because it was a bit complicated how I laid everything out, but they get to have a shower. I would think that they should have a tub. Maybe you could tell me what you would do differently and how you would place a tub in that space. It's interesting, but that was the best I could do in that space, and that's what we have for this particular ensuite. Now, across the way, past the lifts, we have a smaller ensuite, but still, it's the most expensive small ensuite of its kind in the build. So for the small ensuites, this would be the most expensive because of the balcony, and for the large ensuites, the one across the way that we just came from would be the most expensive, also because of the balcony. And their bathrooms are a little bit larger. Now, in all honesty, I prefer the small ensuites. They're quite snug, quite nice, they were easy to put together, and yeah, it just worked for me. If I was to visit a hotel and it was this grand, I would be much more comfortable in this smaller suite here, just because it's quite nice and cozy, and I don't feel like I'm wandering through a big house or something. But yeah, they have a balcony as well, and that's what makes this floor the most expensive floor, as I say. The blue seats that you see here in the living space are from the French collection, but you have to purchase them with real cash. They are not part of the prizes that you win in this live event. As we go up these elevators, we come through to the same style of suites this time I have the grey chairs. Again, those ones aren't part of the deal for the event you're on right now. There's a Juliet balcony here, which I really like. I just love that every room has that. Well, that's the least they could have since they don't have the massive balcony downstairs, right? But yeah, it's the same arrangement. There's nothing different whatsoever except these boxes. And their bathrooms are different, as I say. You can see that they have a tub, funny enough. And yeah, it works out brilliantly that the space did turn out to accommodate everything. Now, I'm trying to show you those lounge chairs. So that's what they look like, and they're meant to be an overhang. But yeah, they're just sitting there useless, really. So that's what they are, overhangs. Now, across the way, we have this particular ensuite. Again, it's the same as the one downstairs, but this time just with a Juliet balcony. And I have this lovely sim out here, just gazing away. And I love it. I just absolutely love it. I think it's brilliant. Initially, I had windows there, and I thought, why not make them doors so they can come out and perhaps look down at someone yearning to them. I love thee. Do you love me? Oh my goodness. So that's what we have at this level, and it's the same thing upstairs. The exact same arrangement. And again, it's a hotel, so you would expect that every single room in some way would be the same. So the large ensuite up here has the white seats. These are the seats you get with the event that you're working on now. And yeah, the layout is exactly the same. And the bathrooms as well. So there isn't much to show you up here. But on the top floor, we have something different. So do remember, if you choose to build this, you can knock off a floor, but then the rooms then are important if you're calling it a hotel. Anyway, we've got this gym over here, which I've blocked off because I don't want the Sims going in there to sit down. And then I have a spa up here, which I love because of this asymmetrical arrangement on the side here with these big flowery rugs from the Prince in the Pocket Size event and the Zen decorative waterfall. I think it's lovely. There's no one here to attend to this sim, but I guess she's going to, well, get ready and lay down because her appointment's due, and perhaps a member of staff will be up here soon enough to take care of her. So in total, we have 6 ensuites in this build. We've got the larger ones on one side and the smaller ones to the other side. I think I've put in as much as I could into this particular plot, and I'm really proud of that because right now I'm going really big on these small plots and I'm really enjoying building on them, and it's working. To build a hotel on a small plot, for me anyways, it was quite hard. But I love the way it turned out. Being a hotel, I just felt that it had to look architecturally pretty in some way, and I felt that I was able to achieve that. Now, there is a wine tasting meant to be going on at this particular hotel, and that's because it is situated on a vineyard. So most of the guests that come to this hotel do get to taste the finest wines and enjoy the newest tastes that have been created by the wine connoisseurs here. So I'm going to get a number of Sims to come round to the kitchen and have a few drinks before we go. I do wish you the best of luck. You have to try as much as possible if you really want this plot. You've got to work hard at those candle stations, and it's really unfortunate because most of us were able to double up on workstations back in the day when we had the glitches that were working for that. So perhaps that's why we were able to complete. I can't say, because it's quite hard, and it really pushes you to try and spend your real cash, which I just don't do. I mean, I'm a VIP 10 and I get a free seed every day, and I gather them up and I spin them until I get tons and tons of SP points. And in order to be a VIP 10, I have these vouchers that I had converted and purchased iTunes cards that I used to buy all these tiny unique items for $2.99 and $3.99 and so on. So I wish you the best anyway. I'll see you again soon. Have a lovely day. Bye.